So after comparing दोनों 8 core processor Snapdragon 765G with Adreno 620 graphics and Mediatek Dimensity 1000 with Mali G77 MP9, ये pros and cons सामने आए हैं after conducting comprehensive tests in Antutu and Geekbench 5. So मैं हूँ शाहज़ैन बुखारी and let's see what are the results. शाहज़ैन टेक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाकर ऑल कर दें ताकि आपको आने वाली तमाम वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशंस मिल सकें. Number 1 is CPU performance. So after single and multi-core processor tests, these were the following scores. Snapdragon 765G scored 48 and Dimensity 1000 scored 72. So Dimensity 1000 is a clear winner here. So next है gaming performance, जो कि एक बहुत important aspect है एक प्रोसेसर की पावर जानने का. These are the results of both GPUs, Snapdragon 765 47 and Dimensity D1000 88. Again Dimensity D1000 is a clear winner here. Next test is battery life और efficiency of battery consumption में results ये हैं. Snapdragon 765G 82, Dimensity D1000 71. So Snapdragon 765G is the winner and is more battery efficient. अगर हम overall chip score देखते हैं तो Snapdragon 765G got 56 and Dimensity D1000 got 78. So overall chip में भी Dimensity D1000 is better. Key differences. Pros of Snapdragon 765G, जो गेम डेवलपर्स होते हैं वो अपनी गेम्स को Snapdragon प्रोसेसर्स के लिए ज़्यादा ऑप्टिमाइज़ करते हैं, तो Snapdragon प्रोसेसर हैज़ ए एडवांटेज हेयर. Pros of Dimensity D1000. Dimensity D1000 हैज़ 76% ज़्यादा मेमोरी बैंडविड्थ को सपोर्ट करता है. Dimensity D1000 का Antutu स्कोर बेटर है, दैट इज़ 509K वर्सेस 316K. It has 8% more CPU clock speed and it has higher GPU frequency. Antutu 8 में CPU, GPU, RAM एंड इनपुट आउटपुट में ये स्कोर्स थे दोनों चिप्स के. Snapdragon 765G 316014 एंड Dimensity D1000 509134 और बाकी स्कोर्स वर एज फॉलोज. In Geekbench 5, raw single-threaded and multi-threaded CPU performance, single-core scores में Snapdragon 765G 598 scored and Dimensity D1000 got 801. Multi-score जो results थे उनमें Snapdragon 765G 1826 and Dimensity D1000 3073. So again Dimensity D1000 is a clear winner here. So coming to gaming, here is the table of average FPS and graphics in mobile games. On PUBG Mobile 57 FPS got on high settings. In Call of Duty Mobile 38 FPS in ultra settings, and in Fortnite 29 FPS in medium settings. And the rest of the games and with their FPS and settings are as follows. Here is the full list of technical specs of Snapdragon 765G and Dimensity D1000. अगर हम cores देखें तो on Snapdragon 765G and Dimensity D1000 both have 8 cores. Frequency on Snapdragon 765G is 2400 MHz while Dimensity D1000 has 2600 MHz. Instruction set on Snapdragon is ARM v 8.3 ampere while the same is on the Dimensity D1000. Process both have 7nm process and the rest of the architecture is as follows. So let's talk about the graphics. GPU name, Snapdragon 765G has Adreno 620 while Dimensity D1000 has Mali G77 MP9. Architecture, Snapdragon has Adreno 600 while Dimensity D1000 has Valhalla. Execution units on Snapdragon is 3 while on Dimensity D1000 is 9. Shading units on Snapdragon is 192 while on Dimensity D1000 is 144. Both have 582 gigaflops. Vulkan version, both have 1.1 Vulkan versions. OpenCL version, both have 2.0 OpenCL versions while both have 12 DirectX version. While talking about the memory type, Snapdragon has LPDDR4X RAM while the Dimensity D1000 has the same LPDDR4X type of RAM. Memory frequency, Snapdragon has a 2133 MHz while Dimensity D1000 at 1866 MHz. Bus speed on Snapdragon is 2 into 16-bit while Dimensity D1000 has 4 into 16-bit. Maximum bandwidth on Snapdragon is 17 gigabits per second while Dimensity D1000 has 29.87 gigabits per second. Maximum size on Snapdragon is 12 GB while on Dimensity D1000 is 16 GB. Multimedia के बारे में बात करें तो Snapdragon 765 and Dimensity D1000 both have neural processors Hexagon 696. Storage type on Snapdragon is eMMC 5.1 while UFS 3.0. while Dimensity D1000 has UFS 3.0. Maximum display resolutions जो कि दोनों chipsets support करते हैं, Snapdragon 3200 into 1800, while Dimensity D1000 supports 2520 into 1080 pixels. Maximum camera resolution on Snapdragon is 1 into 192 megapixel and 2 into 22 megapixels, while on Dimensity D1000 1 into 80 megapixels and 2 into 32 megapixels. Video capture on Snapdragon is 4K at 30 frames per second, while on Dimensity D1000 4K at 30 frames per second. Video playback on both the chipsets is 4K at 30 frames per second, and the rest of the video and audio codec which these chipsets support are as follows. अगर हम कनेक्टिविटी की बात करें तो Snapdragon 765 and Dimensity D1000 has both similar X52 modems. Both have 4G support with LTE Cat 24 and LTE Cat 18 respectively. Both have 5G support. The download speed of Snapdragon 765G is up to 1200 megabytes per second, while Dimensity D1000 has up to 1200 megabytes per second as well. Upload speed on Snapdragon is to 10 megabytes per second, while Dimensity D1000 has to 11 megabytes per second. Both have Bluetooth 5.0 and 5.1 respectively, and the navigations and sensors which these both chipsets have are as follows. So in tests or complete specs comparison के बाद Dimensity D1000 is far better in most technical specs than Snapdragon 765G. Now choice is yours कि आप कौन सी chipset को पसंद करते हैं या फिर उसका choice करते हैं. Certainly Dimensity D1000 is more better in more things than Snapdragon 765G. So वीडियो पूरी देखने के लिए शुक्रिया. Consider subscribing and like and share this video. Until next video, it's me Shah Zayn Bukhari signing off.